Welcome back to another episode of Scholastic IQ. I'm your host Ethan Neer, and we have another great playoff matchup in store for you today. So let's introduce those teams. We have Fairfield here today in their first appearance with Aiden, Chase, Kale, and Cody. And on the top, we have Freeburg coming back with Jillian, Elena, Edison, and Noah. Now, before we get into our questions, let's just do a quick recap of the rules. We'll start off with some toss-up questions. Those will be worth 10 points apiece. If a team gets it right, they move on to a bonus question that's worth 20 and can be stolen for 10. You guys are allowed to interrupt me at any time, but if you interrupt me and get the question wrong, it is 5 points for the other team. So if you're going to interrupt me, just make sure you're right. We all understand the rules? We all good? Great. Let's get into the questions. What author described how Thomas Auld sent him to work for Edward Covey in an 1845 narrative of his life which advocated for abolitionism? Kale.
Frederick Douglass.
Frederick Douglass is correct. Well done. For your bonus, in 1842, Britain acquired Hong Kong after a war with China named for what addictive substance whose trade Qing dynasty officials tried to stop?
Opium.
Opium is correct. On to the next question. What chemist who Gustav Kirchhoff discovered cesium and rubidium developed a way of generating a continuous flame using his namesake burner? Noah.
Bunsen.
Bunsen is correct. Well done. For your bonus, in 2021, Damon Gut's novel, The Promise, won what literary prize awarded annually to a novel written in English?
Pulitzer.
Pulitzer is incorrect. Fairfield, the chance to steal.
No answer.
Answer looking for there was Booker, the Booker's Prize. On to the next question. What Pennsylvania politician whose relationship with William R. King fueled rumors that he was gay was elected in Chase?
James Buchanan.
James Buchanan is correct. For your bonus, what Asian river's namesake valley was home to the ancient cities of Harappa and Mohenjo-Daro?
Indus.
Indus is correct. On to the next question. What senior pastor of the Ebenezer Baptist Church is facing Herschel Walker in a 2022 election and serves with John Ossoff as a senator from Georgia? I see you waving your hand. Noah.
Warnock.
Warnock is correct. That'll take us to our bonus. What word refers to a line that a graph gets infinitely close to but might not actually reach, such as the x-axis for the graph of y equals 1 over x?
Asymptote.
Asymptote is correct. On to the next question. What river, whose official source is the Tomaszee, flows past the Arnhem, empties into the North Sea near Rotterdam, and runs through western Germany? Chase.
The Rhine.
The Rhine is correct. For your bonus, what author of the parody detective story VV, or Plots and Counterplots, also wrote the 1886 novel Joe's Boys?
Dickens.
Dickens is incorrect. Freeburg, the chance to steal. Sorry, you guys are all out of time. The answer we're looking for was Louisa May Alcott. Louisa May Alcott. And that'll take us to our first media question. This show is about an 8-year-old boy who moves to a city called Lakewood Plaza to Kale.
OKKO.
OKKO is correct. Well done. And for media questions, there is no bonus, so we will just go back to toss-ups. What simple machine is the subject to a statement in On the Equilibrium of Planes by Archimedes, which involves distances to the fulcrum? Cody.
Lever.
Lever is correct. Well done. For your bonus, what Greek king's children include Electra, Orestes, and Iphigenia?
No answer.
No answer. Freeburg, a chance to steal.
Pericles.
Pericles is incorrect. The answer we're looking for was Agamemnon. Agamemnon. On to our next question. What city that names a 1530 Lutheran creed by Philip Melanchthon and a 1555 treaty declaring the cuius regio eius religio principle is in Bavaria? No.
Munich.
Munich is incorrect. Sorry, you guys are all out of time. The answer we're looking for was Augsburg. Augsburg. On to the next question. Which city, once comprised of several islands along the Konkan coast, is the capital of the Maharashtra state and produces India's Bollywood films? Kale.
Mumbai.
Mumbai is correct. Well done. For your bonus, the Game of Thrones stars Kit Harington and Richard Madden appear in what MCU film about aliens trying to stop the emergence of Tiamat?
The Eternals.
Eternals is correct. Well done. On to the next question. What class of rocks includes amphinitic textured examples like andesite and glassy examples such as pumice and obsidian and forms? Noah.
Igneous.
Igneous is correct. Well done. For your bonus, what state's Republican Party called homosexuality and, quote, abnormal lifestyle choice in its 2022 platform and rebuked John Cornyn over gun reform support?
Alabama.
Alabama is incorrect. Fairfield, the chance to steal.
Texas.
Texas is correct. Well done. On to the next question. What man, the only Welsh prime minister in British history, represented Britain at the Paris Peace Conference and signed the Treaty of Versailles? Noah.
Lloyd George.
David Lloyd George is correct. Well done. For your bonus, a 1993 book by Leon Lederman coined the nickname God particle for what particle which was discovered at CERN in 2012?
No answer.
No answer. Fairfield, the chance to steal.
Higgs boson.
Higgs boson is correct. Well done. On to the next question. What 1913 play in which a woman shouts "not bloody likely" after being asked if she will walk involves a bet to pass Eliza Doolittle off as a duchess? Elena.
My Fair Lady.
That is incorrect. Sorry, you guys are all out of time. The answer we're looking for there was Pygmalion. Pygmalion. Our next question. What quantity, which is a variable second central moment, is the average of squared differences from the mean and equals standard deviation squared?
That is variation.
Will we accept a variation? No, we will not accept a variation. There we go. The answer we're looking for was not variation, but variance. And that'll take us to our next media question. These two titular cartoon detectives have starred in 4 standalone video games and multiple crossovers. They hold the title of freelance police in a fictitious New York City. Name these characters. Kale.
Sam and Max.
Sam and Max is correct. Well done. On to our next toss-up. What month during which the Lyrid meteor shower takes place is when the U.S. celebrates Arbor Day and is the first month of the year with 30 days? Edison.
April.
April is correct. Well done. For your bonus, Dr. Nicholas Tolp cuts open an arm to reveal its musculature to an intrigued audience in what 1632 painting by Rembrandt?
No answer.
All right, Fairfield, the chance to steal.
The Open Arm.
The open arm is incorrect, but it's about as self-apparent as that is. It's the anatomy lesson. Our next question. What ancient author of the Brothers poem and the Ode to Aphrodite is noted for her poetry's same-sex themes and Kale?
Sappho.
Sappho is correct. Well done. For your bonus, at the start of William Blake's poem, The Tiger, what alliterative two-word phrase immediately follows the opening words, tiger, tiger?
I am.
That is incorrect. Freeburg, the chance to steal.
Tiger, tiger.
That is incorrect. The answer we're looking for was burning bright. And on to our next toss-up. What lake, which has the Pigeon River and the Nipigon River among its tributaries, is the northernmost, westernmost, and the largest of the Great Lakes? Kale.
Superior.
Lake Superior is correct. Well done. For your bonus, a concept in international relations called the Thucydides trap predicts an inevitable war between the U.S. and what emerging power?
China.
China is correct. Well done. On to our next toss-up. What type of EM radiation detected by the Spitzer Space Telescope has frequencies just below those of visible light and is used in thermal imaging? Chase.
Infrared.
Infrared is correct. For your bonus, rim shots are played on what specific type of drum whose characteristic sound is due to the tensioned cables on its lower skin?
Snare.
Snare is correct. Well done. For your next question, what Olympic event, which was won in 2021 by Paris Jepchirchir and Eliud Kipchoge, both representing Kenya, is a road race that spans 26 point Edison?
The marathon.
Marathon is correct. Well done. And for your bonus, pencil and paper ready. What is the value of the constant k if the vector 2, 5 is parallel to the vector 4, k?
-10.
-10 is incorrect. Fairfield, the chance to steal.
Ten.
10 is correct. Well done. And that will take us to our lightning round. The way our lightning round works is each team will have 60 seconds to answer as many questions as they can about a particular topic. Now, Freeburg, since you guys are trailing in this one, you guys will get to pick your topic first. Your choices are battles and wars, Tom Brady, Alabama, or people named Henry.
Tom Brady.
Tom Brady it is, all right. Answer the following about Tom Brady. I will give you guys 60 seconds on the clock, and I'll count you down. 3, 2, 1. He primarily plays this football position that attempts passes.
Quarterback.
That's correct. Currently plays for this Florida-based NFL team.
Buccaneers.
That's correct. His NFL jersey number.
12.
That's correct. His wife, a Brazilian model.
Gazelle.
Last name.
Brady.
That's incorrect. The Big Ten university he played for.
Michigan.
That's correct. He was selected in this round of the NFL draft with the 199th pick.
7.
That's incorrect. Started his NFL career with this team, which he left in 2020.
Patriots.
That's correct. Upset this Super Bowl team in Super Bowl 36 to win his first.
Rams.
That's correct. He has lost twice in Super Bowl to this NFC East team.
Giants.
That's correct. Titans coach, a linebacker who caught 8 receptions from Brady.
Randy Moss.
That's incorrect. And we'll just go through the 2 that you missed. I like just guessing that his wife's last name is Brady, because not a bad guess. His wife's name is Giselle Bundchen. And the Titans coach, a linebacker who caught 8 receptions from Brady, was Mike Vrabel. So well, he was not selected in the 7th round, but the 6th round of the NFL draft. But still, going 7 out of 10, not bad, making up 70 points there. Well done. Now, Fairfield, it's your guys' chance to respond. Your choices are Alabama, people named Henry, or battles and wars.
We're going to go with Alabama.
Alabama it is. Answer the following about Alabama. I'll give you 60 seconds on the clock. Count you down. 3, 2, 1. Its capital.
Birmingham.
That's incorrect. Blind and deaf woman born there whom Anne Sullivan taught.
Helen Keller.
That's correct. 1960 novel by Harper Lee set there.
To Kill a Mockingbird.
That's correct. Civil rights leader who wrote a letter from Birmingham jail.
Martin Luther King Jr.
That's correct. Educational institute whose first president was Booker T. Washington.
Tuskegee Institute.
That's correct. Alabama's largest bay and inlet of the Gulf of Mexico.
Pass.
Roman god of fire depicted in a large Birmingham statue.
Vulcan.
That's correct. Governor who declared segregation forever
George
in
Wallace.
1963. That's correct. City home to the U.S. Space and Rocket Center.
Huntsville.
That's correct. Former college football coach who's one of its senators.
Tommy Tuberville.
That's correct. Alabama's largest bay and inlet of the Gulf of Mexico.
Mexico Bay.
Mexico Bay is incorrect. The answer we were looking for there was a Mobile Bay, and the only other one you got wrong was the capital of Montgomery. Montgomery. So going 8 out of 10 there. Well done. And then we'll just take a quick look back at the scores before we head back to the questions. We have Freeburg at 150 and Fairfield at 310, so a pretty decent lead, but Freeburg still plenty of time to catch up. Now back to the questions. What author of the allegory A Tale of a Tub wrote about highly intelligent horses called Winnims in his satirical 1726 novel Gulliver's Travels? Kale.
Lawrence.
Lawrence is incorrect. Sorry, you guys are all out of time. The answer you're looking for was Jonathan Swift. Jonathan Swift. For your next question, pencil and paper ready. What is the length of a rectangle whose width is 3, whose perimeter is 16, given the rectangle has 4 sides in all? Edison.
5.
5 is correct. Well done. So for your bonus, the magic wands used by Harry Potter and Voldemort are both made with feathers from what phoenix, who is the faithful pet of Albus Dumbledore?
Oh, I don't know how to say it. It's Fawk, Falky, something like that.
Yeah, Fox. Yeah.
Okay.
And I'll take us back to the toss-ups. What explorer who discovered the Commander Islands died during his second Kamchatka expedition and names a strait that separates Alaska from Russia? Noah.
Bering.
Bering is correct. Well done. For your bonus, what phrase did Niccolo Machiavelli coin to refer to the emperors who headed the Roman Empire at its greatest extent, including Trajan and Hadrian?
No answer.
No answer. Fairfield, the chance to steal.
Caesar.
Caesar is incorrect. The answer we're looking for was the 5 good emperors. And I think Edison might have been mouthing that to you before you answered no answer. Never hurts to guess. Never hurts to guess. For the next toss-up, what band's album A Night at the Opera includes a song about a poor boy who asks, is this the real life? Is this Chase?
Queen.
Queen is correct. For your bonus, what quantity whose inclusive form is increased by kin selection is 0 for mules and measures an organism's ability to pass on its genes?
Fertility.
Fertility is incorrect. Sorry, Freeburg, you're out of time. The answer we're looking for was fitness. Fitness. On to the next question. What class of viruses that include T4 and lambda, but not HIV, infect bacteria and are named after their apparent ability to eat up bacteria? Chase.
Bacteriophages.
Bacteriophages is correct. Well done. For your bonus, what William Shakespeare comedy in which Ferdinand breaks a vow to swear off women after meeting a French princess has 2 apostrophes in its title?
No answer.
No answer. Freeburg, chance to steal.
A Midsummer's Night's Dream.
Midsummer's Night Dream is incorrect. The answer we're looking for was Love's Labor's Lost. On to our next question. What agreement which excluded the proposed Talmadge amendment set a border along the 36 degree 30 minutes parallel and admitted Maine and a namesake slave state? Edison.
Missouri Compromise.
Missouri Compromise is correct. Well done. For your bonus, in what 1961 invasion did counter-revolutionaries backed by the CIA fail to topple Fidel Castro's communist government?
Bay of Pigs.
Bay of Pigs is correct. The next question. What world capital, where heavy rains in August 2022 flooded the Han River and its affluent Gangnam district, is the capital of South Korea? Kale.
Seoul.
Seoul is correct. For your bonus, what author who worked on the script of the 2021 movie West Side Story depicted the AIDS crisis in his two-part play Angels in America?
Spielberg.
Spielberg is incorrect. Freeburg, the chance to steal. Sorry, you guys are out of time. The answer we're looking for was Tony Kushner. Tony Kushner. And that'll take us to another media question. In the 2001 Nickelodeon sci-fi comedy Invader Zim, this hyperactive sidekick of the main character Zim is often seen in a green dog costume and ruining his master's evil schemes. Name this character. Aiden.
Gur.
Gur is correct. Well done. On to our next question. What body of water whose northern termini includes the Strait of Jubal provides the name origin for Eritrea and lies east of Sudan and Egypt? Noah.
Red Sea.
Red Sea is correct. Well done. For your bonus, a 2022 study found that what charged particle likely contains a charm-anti-charm quark pair in addition to its 2 up quarks and 1 down quark?
Electron.
Electron is incorrect. Fairfield, the chance to steal.
No answer.
The answer we're looking for wasn't electron, but proton. Proton. On to our next question. What period whose third Sunday is Gaudete Sunday is symbolized by 4 candles and precedes Christmas and is the namesake of a special calendar? Edison.
Advent calendar.
Advent is correct. Well done. For your bonus, in the 19th century, what imperialist country competed with Russia for influence in Afghanistan and Central Asia during the Great Game?
China.
China is incorrect. Fairfield, the chance to steal.
Britain.
Britain is correct. Well done. On to the next question. What poet who read, quote, "On the Pulse of Morning" at Bill Clinton's inauguration began her 7-part autobiography with "I Know Why the Caged Birds Sing"? Chase.
Maya Angelou.
Maya Angelou is correct. Well done. For your bonus, in August 2022, what Indian-born author of the novel The Satanic Verses was stabbed by Islamic militant Hadi Matar at an event in New York?
Cosme.
Cosme is incorrect. Sorry, you guys are all out of time. The answer you're looking for was Salman Rushdie. Salman Rushdie. On to our next question. What actor, whom Jimmy Kimmel has apologized many times for running out of time for the plays the title character in the Bourne trilogy and The Martian? Kale.
Matt Damon.
Matt Damon is correct. Well done. For your bonus, what suburb of Chicago, which in 2021 became the first U.S. city to approve reparations for its black residents, is home to Northwestern University?
Illinois.
Illinois is incorrect. It was in my backyard growing up. Oh, Freeburg, you still get a chance to steal. I'm not going to say the answer then. Freeburg.
Evanston.
Evanston is correct. It was in my backyard growing up. And that bell means that we are all out of time on today's show. I only almost ruined one question, which is not bad. I'll take it. Let's just take a look at our final scores. On top, we have Freeburg with 250 and Fairfield with 380. So maintaining control after that bonus round, well done. So that is all the time we have for on today's show. For our contestants here today and all the people working hard behind the scenes, I'm Ethan Neer. Thank you so much and good night.